Since you love the Talking Mac podcast, now show some love to our sponsor, GoDaddy.com. If you want to make an impact online, GoDaddy has what you need. .com named as low as $1.99. Plus world-class hosting, fast and easy website builders, and much more. Domain names from GoDaddy.com are 70% less than the competition. Plus, each GoDaddy domain includes free hosting with website builder, a free blog, complete email, and much more. And if you enter the code POD91, that's P-O-D, the number 9, the number 1, when you check out, you can save an additional 10% on your order. Get your piece of the internet today at GoDaddy.com. Some restrictions apply. See site for details. Thank you, GoDaddy, for sponsoring the Talking Mac podcast. Guess what? It's the Talking Mac podcast, episode number 36. What in the App Store? Don't forget to go to our website, talkingmac.tk, for the whole episode and all the show notes and links. And follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/Joe Oak. That's Jook, all one word. Now to the Talking Mac podcast, episode number 36. All right, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Talking Mac podcast. Oh, my goodness. Got a lot of stuff for you today. What in the App Store? We're going to be going over a lot of apps, and I'm going to be ranting about some apps as well. Now, before we start, I just want to say something. A lot of you have been pushing me to get on Twitter. I am now on Twitter, twitter.com/Joe Oak. That's Jook, all one word. You can follow us there. You can ask me questions about the Talking Mac podcast, and I will answer them there. And I'll be sending out requests there because we record them generally on Fridays. So you can follow me, twitter.com/Joe Oak, all one word, or my Twitter username is Jook. And we got a new website, talkingmac.tk. We're now affiliated with the Mac Insider blog, which you can find at macinsider.tk. But if you go to talkingmac.tk, it'll take you to a page where all the posts tag TMP are there. And we're starting with this episode forward there. And if you want to go backwards, we might add some other episodes there. But if you want to go backwards, it's the Talking Mac podcast.mypodcast.com. So talkingmac.tk, part of the Mac Formation and Mac Insider blog. You can find that at macinsider.tk. We appreciate you going there. And follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/Joe Oak. I would greatly appreciate it. All right, so I'm going to skip Apple news other than Apple release iPhone OS 2.0.1. And so they released that. Again, before we start with the apps, I want to make a request to all of my YouTubers, iTunes people, my Miro people. I'm going to get an iPhone 3G. I haven't got one yet, so my Sprint contract ends October the 6th, 2008. So I'm going to get an iPhone 3G, and what I'm going to do with it is, the chrome bezel around it, I'm going to turn that into a brushed metal trim. And if you go to our website, talkingmac.tk, under this episode, you'll see a link to it right there where you can go and do it yourself. It's real easy from what I can see, and that's going to be fantastic. All right. So let's dive into the App Store. What in the App Store? So this NetShare application, I'm not sure where it went, but it's gone. And, I'm not sure where it went, but I think AT&T had some beef with it. Didn't sort of like what was going on there, how you could NetShare what is basically an application, or was an application as it were, that allows you to tether your iPhone 3G to your laptop or your computer, Mac or Windows computer. You can tether it to receive internet access. I think it's a little bit faster than dial-up internet access to your computer. But that's NetShare. Apple took it off. But I'm going to go over my favorite iPhone apps. I play with these iPhone apps before, even though I don't personally own one. But I played with them and love them. First one, Pandora Radio. This is an excellent application because I use Pandora. I just started using it, by the way. I stopped and started. Haven't used it in a day or so, but still, it learns your music taste by when they play you a song. You enter in the artist, creates a, I don't know, you can call it a playlist. They call it something else, a station. Yeah, they call it a station. It creates a station for you with that artist, and it plays not only that artist, but other artists that are similar to your desired artist, and you can give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down. When you thumbs it up, it'll start bringing in more music that's like that artist, and when you thumbs it down, it'll stop bringing in music sort of like that. Pandora is very good. Got a 4.5 out of 5-star rating in the App Store. And again, if you go to our website, talkingmac.tk, well, hook you up and get you all the links for this episode. What do you want to call it? Show notes to what we talk about in this episode. So that's Pandora. Moving on. This is a real simple one here. This one is Remote from Apple. And basically allows you to remote control iTunes and Apple TV from your iPod/iPod Touch. It is free. All the apps when we talk about are free on this episode. And I've used it. It's fantastic. So, again, TalkingMac.tk is where you can find links to this, or you can search for them in the App Store. AOL Radio. Now, I like AOL Radio because you can listen to certain stations like gospel, jazz, rock, classical, relaxing, hip-hop, R&B, any type of music you like. You can listen to those radio stations from your iPhone/iTouch. All right, my favorite game, one of my favorite games, Tap Tap Revenge from Tapulous Inc. This is another free game. It got 4 stars. It's very polished, very nice. AIM is another one. AIM is basically the instant messaging client from AOL for the iPhone. Now, this is even better now that AT&T charges for SMS text message, and I think that is a real problem, and I want to point you to a solution, because not only are you in the App Store, I'm going to talk about the App Store on the extended podcast. TalkingMac.tk is where you can hear the whole podcast. YouTube listeners, you're missing out on all of the fun, seriously. Where you can do free text messages from the iPhone. And one of my rants about the App Store is that it only has apps that run on your machine. But there's lots of web apps out there, and I wish that the App Store was formatted so they can have web apps as well, because Apple's website for web apps still isn't formatted correctly. So if you go to our website, TalkingMac.tk, here I go again. On this episode, you'll see a link where it's a web app where you can send free SMS text messages to anybody. It'll be sent for free. That's fantastic. So that's a little web app for you there, a little web action going on. All right. Oh, this one right here is fabulous. People don't like it so much, 3.5 out of 5 stars, but this is fabulous to me. I love it. Urban Spoon, baby, Urban Spoon. Urban Spoon allows you to blah, blah, blah. You can shake it. It'll pull up restaurants in your location. It's fabulous. All right. Now that I've gone through that, let's rant about the App Store. Okay. Number one, what the heck? It only supports applications for the phone that run natively on the phone. But what about those web apps Apple was talking about all the time before they even let anybody get on the iPhone itself? Why can't we pull those up? Because Apple's apple.com/iPhone web apps or something like that, it's not formatted for the iPhone. It's very, very weird and strange, and I hate it. It works well on a computer, but why would you use the web apps thing on your computer when this is for the iPhone? Yeah, that's not making quite much sense to me. So, instead of doing it that way, what I would have liked to see was when you go to the App Store, a tab for native apps and a tab for web apps. That is all we can play on YouTube. You're missing out totally. You need to visit the Talking Mac podcast website, www.talkingmac.tk, to listen to the whole episode and look at the show notes. Click the links there too. Also, we're in iTunes. Go to the iTunes store and search Talking Mac Podcast there. You'll see us. Subscribe. You'll automatically get every single new episode. Plus, if you use the Miro player, we're in there too, but it only gets the YouTube version, so just go to the website. And don't forget to use GoDaddy.com for your domain name and web hosting needs, and use the promo code POD91, POD91, to save 10% off your entire order. Thank you, GoDaddy, for sponsoring this episode. We'll see you next time. Goodbye, everybody. This podcast is produced by Technify Media Networks in Atlanta.